Good old rural America, land of agriculture, firearms, hospitality, and four-wheelers. But what if I told you there are much darker things going on in these communities that nobody talks about? Death, decay, and poverty are rampant in some rural communities, but you don't really hear about it like you do Chicago, Philadelphia due to the size difference. I've always known about rural poverty, but I've never actually gone to these places to see the generational trauma that these families have been through. Well, today I did. I was in a town called Bithlo, Florida, a tiny, rural, small, central Florida town with a population of about 9,000. The poverty rate sits at about 23%, making it more than 100% higher than the national poverty rate. Unclean water, death, and housing decay are huge problems within this small community. But there's always a duality to every story. Yes, I did show the drug addiction, death, and crisis going on in this town. Oh, there's a needle on the ground.
Kind of were involved in beating the hell out of a woman that happened to have kids in my school at the time, But
I also wanted to show the community rejuvenation that's been going on in Bithlo. When looking for connections in Bithlo online, I found the perfect person, Timothy McKinney. Tim McKinney is the founder of United Global Outreach, or in abbreviations, UGO. Using the organization's own words, United Global Outreach is a non-profit organization that exists to positively transform forgotten communities into places in which we'd all want to live. Well, how did Tim McKinney decide to combat death, decay, and poverty within this small rural community you've probably never even heard of? Transformation Village. Transformation Village offers rehab for addiction, case management, homeless outreach, and even a school called Orange County Academy, a private school founded to create an environment where students can succeed in spite of having a lot going on with their lives. Every student is a VIP, and the school strives to unlock their unlimited potential. Alright, I've said enough. Let's dive into the story of Bithlo.
But even his self-portrait at 12 painted the picture of troubles at school and at home.
Being, compassionate, being a human, doing what's decent.
Julie Gargata, Spectrum News 13.
What are the challenges of growing up in Bithlo?
Most people, they say it's a bad environment, there's bad things. I mean, it's pretty good. It's harsh. It's really, the crime it's really, really bad. But I mean, overall, if you can just control yourself throughout the surroundings, it works out.
There's not as many camps out here or anywhere. They're starting to shut them down. They're passing the law that you can't be camping out. My name is Tara.
And what type of outreach do you do for Bithlo?
I do the peer support. I'm a peer support specialist, and I share with them the different resources that we have, like case management, psychiatric services, the MAC clinic. We help them get insurance if they want to go into detox. This is a camp over here off of 3rd Avenue. These woods come out here one day to do outreach, and these people come running towards me. They're like, the woods are on fire. I'm like, the woods are on fire. I called 911. And the fire department come out here, and there was 10 fire trucks out here.
Have you ever been attacked doing one of these things?
No. I carry a mace with me because we got to worry about getting hot shot, but hot shot is where they put the and concoction together. If they fear that you're out there to hurt them, then they'll want to hot shot you. Like this guy that was on this bicycle up here, you just seen his son is incarcerated right now because he got on drugs, had a chop shop.
For those people who don't know what a chop shop is, can you let them know?
That's where they take stolen vehicles to and sell them out, try to take the serial numbers off.
So whenever I do documentaries in primarily low-income black areas, the main problem with the familial structure is fatherlessness. What is the main problem with familial structure around here?
Definitely like domestic violence. There's really bad drug structure and everything around here.
It's drugs are the number one thing, domestic violence, resources, the help, and the willingness, the want to go out and live a good life. The way I call it, this is like kind of hell because you want better, you want to get out of here, but you don't have the resources.
See, there's an entrance there to the same camp.
Yep.
But there's another entrance over here, which we're getting ready to go to.
Okay.
Where a girl passed away out here. It was really sad because I knew her, Amanda. Since I've been doing this, we came across 9 deaths. Some are overdose, a couple of them were murdered. It's sad because people out here, they get on the drugs and then they'll do anything to get their fix. Oh man, I didn't see that. But the girls got murdered because they do things for drugs, you know. That when they get addicted, they end up doing things that they normally wouldn't do, and this guy ended up murdering them because they were drug prostitutes. It was so sad.
Have you ever faced like struggles with drug addiction?
Yes, I myself. I was raised around a family, the mother that was an alcoholic. Before I was 5 years old, I got molested by my own dad and brother. So when I got older, I was trying to cover up the pain and just what I knew because my mother was an alcoholic. So I ended up drinking and doing drugs, trying to cover up the pain for what happened to me. Then I ended up meeting a guy and I become a topless dancer at the age of 18. He would take my money, which I didn't know now, back then I didn't know, but I know now that's human trafficking. You know, he's getting me, actually I was 17. I was not even 18 yet. And he got me doing topless dancing. My husband actually stuccoed this house here. And a big time drug dealer that lived in this trailer right here to your left got busted because he was just bad buster.
The violence, does it derive from drug abuse mainly in Bithlo?
Yeah. Fast forward, I end up meeting my husband, and I thought having kids with him would have changed him, but it didn't. Well, over there where that white thing is and that blue, that's where the girl's tent was that passed away. That's where we found her, right there. That's so sad because this is what they do.
Yeah.
In the woods, you know. Like when I first come out here, this camp, it was all like I had this black screen around it and had an alarm on it. So if you got near alarm.
A homeless camp?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That thing right there?
That motorcycle, he used to ride it around out here. His name was Jerry, and he built this house and everything in it. He would work on cars, and then he passed away. Just be careful where you step.
Yeah, I got you.
Broken glass and needles or whatever.
Yep. So, do you think these people have a choice to like at least keep their environment clean, or?
It doesn't cost money to be clean. The drugs make you do things that you normally wouldn't do if you were sober.
Would you say like all this trash right here is like a product of drug addiction and messing with your brain?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there's a needle on the ground.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Yep. Crazy.
As far as you're not seeing more than that. But yeah, you see the part of it, then you see the cap.
Yeah.
Where I'm always seeing those.
How did you like? Do you think it's possible to conquer addiction without some sort of rehab?
Yeah, I do.
That's amazing. How's growing up in Bithlo as a kid, like 16, 15-year-old?
It's pretty fun. You gotta watch your back here and there. Everybody's trying to fight. Everybody's aggressive. Everybody's more of like, everybody stands their ground kind
The
of.
younger crowd.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun though, I'm not gonna lie.
Would you say the young people of Bithlo are the ones that cause the problems mainly?
Us and the old heads, yeah.
The old heads, what do they be doing?
Stealing stuff out of people's yards.
Really? Now, many people think that impoverished black areas struggle with violence more than impoverished white areas. You, my friend, are wrong. According to the Bureau of Justice, the rate of violent victimization was 46.4 per 1,000 for poor whites and 43.4 for poor black people. Now, you may be thinking, these are just violent victimization rates. How do I know that it's not other races attacking white people? Well, you, my friend, are wrong again. A USA Today article cited FBI statistics relating to interracial homicides. These stats claim that in 2017, the FBI reported almost identical figures. 80% of white victims were killed by white offenders, and 88% of black victims were killed by black offenders. On top of high levels of violence, unclean drinking water is also a major issue in rural America, something that will be brought up and talked about later in the video. Also, if you guys want to see these stats for yourself, feel free to look it up. The first article I brought up is hard to find, so a link to it will be in the description down below. How has Tim helped change Bithlo in a positive way?
Oh, in an immense way, extreme way. Like we were talking before this, he risked his life every day to come out here to show up, to really show up. You know, some people just want the publicity and the gain and just say they help, but Tim truly helps us. He's putting criminals behind bars.
Have you ever been in danger out here in Bithlo?
Yeah, a little over a year ago, one of these known drug dealers, that's a pretty violent guy, heard that I was very unhappy with the fact that he and another guy kind of were involved in beating the hell out of a woman that happened to have kids in my school at the time, and I basically just, that triggered me because domestic violence has been a part of my life growing up, and I just decided those two guys have to go, and kind of announced in the community these guys have to go, and found out this guy had a federal warrant for violation of parole, and started making some moves and working with U.S. Marshals on finding him, and became aware through a bunch of people coming to me out of concern for my safety that he had put out a hit on me. He was offering cash to make me go away. But fortunately, he went away first, and he's now in federal prison where he needs to stay. And the other guy, actually, ironically, Brandon Cox, just got arrested last night. So
I also had a son. My son was on drugs, but luckily he's 7 years clean now.
You said two of your daughters passed away?
Yes, my oldest daughters, my grandchildren's mother, both of them lost. One was an OD, and the other was, they called it chronic substance abuse something.
And two of your grandsons go to this school right now?
Yes, they do.
How do you like the school?
I like this school because my oldest grandson was born, he's got some autism, ADHD, developmental delays, and this is his second year here. He was in public school and it was an absolute nightmare. It was too much on him, but he does really well here. He actually is able to have friends here, which in the public school he was not due to his autism and stuff.
Can you talk about the unclean water situation in Bithlo?
yeah, so actually right where we are, right there is a fire hydrant, for example. It's brand new. So 350 homes just got public water in the area that we're in now. So because of some federal and county funding, they were able to put public water into the first 350 homes, which will allow the county to continue to make progress, hopefully over time. And everybody in the affected areas of environmental contamination will one day have clean public water like most of us enjoy at our homes.
What percent of the homes in Bithlo would you say have unclean water?
I don't know the percentage. I would say a large percentage of the wells have some water quality issues. So it might not just be water contamination from gas stations, illegal dumps, chemicals that are used at the metal recycling facilities, or the byproduct of things that are leaking out of the cars and the junkyards. But it could just be terrible water quality. It doesn't make your water, quote, unhealthy to drink, but it makes it very unpleasant. Sulfur and other things. Hundreds of acres of junkyards, illegal dumps, gas stations that have leaked into the groundwater over time. And those might be intermingled, as we see here, with residential housing. And when these junkyards stop operating, they're no longer grandfathered in, and then they will become whatever the zoning is for that area, in this case residential. You know, major highways end up going right through the middle of communities like Bithlo, and then they don't follow with proper sidewalks, streetlights, and other infrastructure to keep people safe, and as a result, people have been hit and killed disproportionately in higher numbers here than in other places.
15 people I know have died.
And this intersection alone?
Yeah, because from that red light to that red light, people were like, oh, want to fly through this area. And literally, the cops were assisting in an accident, and a person was trying to cross and got hit and killed right in front of the EMT people, fire department. You see it, there's a sign on that side, there's a sign on this side.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's another memorial right there. And then there's one right across from it.
Circle K right here was a super act site with the state of Florida because of its groundwater contamination over decades into the groundwater, and they actually did a very extensive, multiple year-long remediation program, and they've just recently wrapped it up and have said that the groundwater is clean, although I'm not 100% sure I'm buying that, but time will tell. When the gas stations leaked into the groundwater and contaminated them, the state, along with ConocoPhillips, the responsible party, put in these black tanks, which you see on this well, which have in them coal filters, which are supposed to clean out the petroleum contamination, which works, I'm told, but you need to also change the filters, and so.
Now, we see that Bithlo has water quality issues, but do other rural communities? Well, according to the Rural Development U.S. Department of Agriculture, in many rural communities there is a lack of sufficient water, and residents frequently live with compromised and unsafe water resources. So I was just at the Blue House in Transformation Village. Can you tell me what that is?
And that's our model small house that we designed to be able to systematically replace trailers and trailer parks with real houses that meet the building code that are similar in size, so that we can take away depreciating assets that over time become unhealthy places to live in and replace them with appreciating assets that also can help build generational wealth.
Doesn't this look like an upper middle class home? I mean, it's not. It's going to be very affordable, but nice kitchen. And we have here. What up? Although problems in Bithlo still do exist, Tim McKinney and the rest of UGO are fighting every day to keep improving the condition of this forgotten community right outside of Orlando. For a multitude of decades, Bithlo has not received the sufficient help needed, but with Transformation Village, there is hope that the new generations of Bithlo don't have to live in a community filled with trauma and injustice. If you would like to support this cause, feel free to donate to United Global Outreach. A link to their website will be in the description down below. Also, if you would like updates on future videos, be sure to follow my Instagram page, and I will leave a comment in the comment section with the username down below.